Hello friends, welcome to KP's tutorial. In last lecture we seen about the presentation of graphical representation in statistics, and today I will provide you some information about our next topic of statistics, that is presentation on diagrammatical method in statistics. As we represent the statistical data by using graphs, similarly we can present the statistical data into diagrammatical form. So diagram means it is a visual form of presentation of statistical data, highlighting their basic facts and relationship. Diagrams are various geometrical shapes such as bars, circles, etc. Diagrams are based on scale but are not confined to points or lines. They are more attractive and easier to understand than graphs. So, what are the merits of diagram? When we use diagram to represent the fact of statistical data, the merits are as mostly people attracted by diagrams, so we can easily present our point to them. Second merit is that technical knowledge or education is not necessary, so everyone can present their own ideas by using diagrams. Next, third merit is that time and efforts required are less. Next, diagram shows the data in proper perspective. Diagrams leave lasting impression. Language is not a barrier. Means to present any fact by using diagram, language is not essential or barrier. And last one is that this tool is widely used. These are some merits of diagram or the merits of uses of diagram. Now let's discuss some demerits of diagram. The demerits of or limitations of diagrams or uses of diagrams are approximations, that is they are not exact. If there exists minute difference in value, then they cannot be represented properly in a diagram. If the large differences in a value exist, then they spoil our diagram. So the large differences in value spoil the look of the diagram. Fourth demerit is that some of the diagrams can be drawn by experts like pie charts. And last demerit is that different scale portray different pictures to layman. It means that if everyone take a different scale, then everyone's diagram is also different. So after discussion on merits and demerits, let's move towards the types of diagram. There are mainly 7 types of diagrams. First one is a simple bar diagram, then multiple bar diagram, then component bar diagram, percentage bar diagram, pie chart, pictogram, statistical maps or cartograms. So let's discuss one by one. A simple bar diagram, if the classification is based on attributes and if the attributes are to be compared with respect to a single character, we use simple bar diagram. Here you can see the image as an example of a simple bar diagram. On y-axis, attributes means peoples are plotted, and on x-axis the characteristics of the peoples, that is the people who like the comedies, movies, action movies, romance, drama, like these characters are indicates. So we can easily draw a simple bar diagram from this data. Our next diagram is that multiple bar diagram. If the data is classified by attributes and if 2 or more characters or groups are to be compared within each attribute, we use multiple bar diagram. Means when you have to compare 2 or more characters with attributes, then we use multiple bar diagram. If only 2 characters are to be compared with each attribute, then the resultant bar diagram usually is known as double bar diagram. And if we compare more than 2 characters with each attribute, then your resultant diagram become a multiple bar diagram. Okay, see the image as an example for multiple bar diagram. Got it? Now our next diagram is a component bar diagram. This is also called subdivided bar diagram. Instead of placing the bars for each component side by side, we may place these one on top of the other. This will result in a component bar diagram. See the image for an example. In a multiple bar diagram, we plot or we draw bars side by side. But in a component bar diagram, instead of placing the bars for each component side by side, we may place these one on top of the other. So we get a single bar for multiple components. We can also indicate each value by separate colors or design. Here net profit, gross profit and sales are indicate by using various colors. Okay, let's move towards percentage bar diagram. Percentage bar diagram, sometimes when the volumes of different attributes may be greater different for making meaningful comparison. The attributes are reduced to percentage. In that case, each attribute will have 100 as its maximum value. This sort of component bar chart is known as percentage bar diagram. Here we have to calculate the percentage for each actual given value, and it is calculated by actual value divided by total of the actual value into 100. Then we get the percentage value for a given value. See the image. Y-axis stand for the percentage, X-axis stand for your weekly product sales. This is the example of percentage bar diagram. In a practical session, I will provide you some examples as a practical for each these types of diagram. Now the next diagram is known as pie chart or pie diagram. Pie diagram is a circular diagram. It may be used in place or bar diagram. It consists of one or more circles which are divided into number of sectors. Pie chart means what? Here we have to divide the circles in one or more sectors or in a number of sectors. In the construction of pie diagram, the following steps are involved. For construction of a pie diagram, we have to take two steps. First step is that whenever one set of actual value or percentage are given, find the corresponding angles in a degree using the following formula. For the given actual value, we have to convert that value into angle into degree measure. So the corresponding angle can be calculated by using the formula total of the actual value means total of the actual value. It means that sum of all the given values divided by actual value into 360 degree. Then we get the corresponding angle for given a single actual value. And in second step, find the radius using the area of the circle pi r square, where value of pi is 22/7 or 3.14. Like this, we can convert each value in an angle of a degree measure, and then we can easily construct the pie chart or pie diagram. So these are some types of diagrams, and with this point we will stop this session here. Thanks to all.